A new dawn for Alexandria. A Dungeons & Dragons adventure. Session 4. From the shadows into the light.
Hark, ye lords and ladies of the court. Gather close and listen, for I, Rahim, shall recount the next installment of our tale of valor, treachery, and the fickle hand of fate. A legend passed down to me through the ages of our heroes who braved the shadows and emerged victorious, though not unscathed. Our story continues in the treacherous Shadow Garden of Alexandria. A band of adventurers, Arcane the keen-eyed archer, Mamok the fearless monk, Titus the stalwart warrior, and Rune the master of mystic arts, found themselves pitted against a ruthless gang of cutthroats. As you may remember, Arcane, with his customary precision, had loosed an arrow that glanced off the gang leader's face, igniting a fierce melee. Mamok, ever bold, charged headlong into the fray, launching a devastating kick that sent the leader sprawling. Yet, in his zeal, he too was brought low, both parties finding themselves prone on the ground and open to attack. Arcane, ever vigilant, swiftly felled a bodyguard with a well-aimed arrow before the villain could even raise his blade, but the remaining ruffian retaliated, striking at the prone Mamok. Then, with a shrill whistle, the gang leader summoned reinforcements. Lo, a pack of kobolds lurking in the shadows on the rooftops. Arrows rained down upon our heroes. Titus, with a roar, hurled one of his axes, but alas, it went astray. Undeterred, he charged into the thick of the battle, only to be met with a volley of kobold arrows. Mamok, already wounded, was struck again, and fell unconscious, teetering on the brink of death. But our heroes were not to be defeated this day. Arcane, with deadly accuracy, eliminated the remaining bodyguard, while Rune, invoking his arcane power, silenced one of the kobold archers with a chilling toll of the dead. Titus, imbued with hot anger, cleaved the gang leader in two with a furious swing of his legendary great axe, the Mountain's Thunder. Though the remaining kobolds fled, their parting shots had left Mamok grievously wounded. With swift action and magic healing, Arcane and Titus rallied to their fallen comrade, snatching him from the very jaws of death. Their foes vanquished, the adventurers claimed their spoils: gold, glittering gems, curious trinkets, and a cryptic map marked with a foreboding X, pointing to some unknown location within a nearby industrial district. Pressing onward through the perilous Shadow Garden, Mamok, with his keen perception, sensed the city's turmoil, a chaotic web of warring factions and clandestine guilds. From a band of street urchins, they gleaned whispers of the shadowy forces vying for control within the very garden they traversed. Meanwhile, Iluvatar, the enigmatic sorcerer, chose a safer route, skirting the Shadow Garden and venturing into Solaritan, a district under the sway of House Kolkard, where the grand temple of Solara stood resplendent. On his journey, he encountered Worf, an enigmatic dwarven merchant who offered passage to the temple. There, at last, Iluvatar was reunited with his companions. Within the sun-drenched halls of the Temple of Solara, Iluvatar, plagued by memory loss, sought divine intervention. Instead, he was besieged by fragmented visions of his childhood, a tantalizing glimpse into his forgotten past. Titus, ever pragmatic, persuaded a priestess to mend his wounds, foregoing the customary donation for such services. With their quest in the temple fulfilled, the party returned to the conclave, their journey back uneventful. But as they slumbered in the House Hunt Hugh's guest quarters, Iluvatar was visited by a strange yet vivid dream. He found himself in an ethereal realm divided by a stark boundary, darkness on the left, light on the right. A voice commanded him to choose his path. After long contemplation, he turned toward the darkness, where he came face to face with an ancient entity of immense power, a being of shadow and forbidden knowledge. Thus ends the chapter of their tale, but the story, my friends, is far from over. Their adventures continue, fraught with peril and wonder, and I, Rahim, shall recount them for you detail by detail in due course.